A Baker from Goa by Lucio Rodrigues. Of India has three parts: A Baker from Goa, second part is Coorg, and third part is Tea from Assam. This is about a baker from Goa, and it is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in society. The writer says that his elders still think nostalgically, they think fondly about the good old Portuguese days and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, those who eat may not be there, but the makers are still there, and they still have the mixers, the molders to make bread, and those who bake the loaves. Those age-old time-tested furnaces, the fireplace still exist. The fire in the furnace has not yet been extinguished. They still continue to prepare bread. The thud and the jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning, that means the sound made by the baker's bamboo with which he makes the sound so that people come out in the morning, can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers, they are known as padder even today in Goa. The writer then goes on to say that when he was a child in Goa, the baker used to be their friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. Once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. They used to run and meet the baker. Why was it so? Why they used to run? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. Loaves were bought by some Baskin or Bastin or the maid servant of the house, that means the elderly people. But children, they used to long for the bread bangles, bread in the shape of bangles, which they chose carefully, and sometimes this bread was sweet bread of special make. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jhang jhang sound of a specially made bamboo stick. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground to make that sound. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo, waiting for them to take the bread. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild scolding, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. Lucio Rodrigues then goes on to say that they would not give up. They would climb a bench or the parapet, the low wall, and peep into the basket. Somehow I can still recall the typical fragrant smell of those loaves for the elders and bangles for the children, loaves like bangle shaped. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth. They never used to brush their teeth or wash their mouth properly. Why would they take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? So they had to brush with the mango leaf. And why was it necessary? So to be humorous, he says, why was it necessary to brush the teeth? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. Mark this paragraph, very important. The marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as bol. Bol was needed for marriage or for a party or a feast. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for the village. The lady of the house, that is the daughter's mother, who had to prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Then cakes and bolinhas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus the presence of the baker's furnace was very important. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress. That dress is known as kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In their childhood, the writer says he saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers. Trousers are usually long pants, but in this case it was longer than a half pant, but it was not the length of the long pant. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which is little longer, which reaches just below the knees, invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Amounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. He and his family and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. They had a lot of money. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. They were fat. Even today, any person with a jackfruit-like appearance is easily compared to a baker. Testimony means there was a proof, and that proof was that they were very fat. jackfruit-like physical appearance. Baker from Goa is written by Lucio Rodrigues. Okay, he was a great Konkani essayist.